Hi, I'm Ranger Dana, and welcome to Peirce Mill. Peirce Mill is part of a national park called Rock Creek Park, right here in Washington, D.C. But the mill was built nearly 200 years ago. In this virtual field trip, we're going to learn what a mill is.
And what the miller does.
And we're going to learn how food was made a long time ago.
Today, we can get food like this cornbread at the grocery store. And if we want to make our own cornbread, we can buy the ingredients here.
Cornbread is made from cornmeal, a special kind of flour made from corn. To make cornbread, we also need oil, eggs, salt, baking powder, and milk.
Today, we can buy all of these foods at the grocery store. Food is shipped from across the country and around the world to grocery stores like this one in Washington, D.C.
But where did people in Washington get food from 200 years ago? They didn't have big grocery stores back then, and cornbread was baked at home. So, where did they get the ingredients to make cornbread? You probably know where milk came from. And where they got eggs. But where did the cornmeal come from? To answer that question, we need to start here, at a farm. There were once farms all over Washington. Farmers grew many different foods here, including corn. The farmer harvested the corn and let it dry, and then took it to the local mill.
A long time ago, farmers would bring corn like this to the local mill to have it ground down into cornmeal. But this isn't the corn you're used to. Just the same, it does look delicious.
Watch out, Reggie, that corn is hard! Wow! This isn't juicy corn on the cob. This corn is hard and dry. How could we turn this into something we could eat? This bowl-shaped rock is a clue. And here's another clue. These two rocks are a mortar and pestle, and together they can turn dried corn into something we can eat, cornmeal. Reggie just spent 5 minutes grinding corn with a rock. Now I'm putting it in a sifter. Let's see how much cornmeal we made. It's barely enough to make a corn muffin for a mouse. There's gotta be a faster way to make cornmeal. This is a quern. The quern is made of 2 round stones. Each of the stones has lines carved into it. A handle is used to turn the top stone around in circles.
I just spent 5 minutes grinding corn with this quern. Do you want to see how much cornmeal I made?
In 5 minutes, I only made enough cornmeal to make this muffin for a squirrel. A grist mill is a giant machine that makes the job of grinding corn much easier.
Peirce Mill is a grist mill built on Rock Creek almost 200 years ago.
Come on in.
Inside the mill, you'll find several large round stones. Do these remind you of anything we were just looking at? If you were thinking of the quern, you're right. These huge stones are like a giant quern. These round stones are called millstones. And just like the quern, these stones have lines carved into them.
This stone is called the runner stone. It's going to go on top of the other stone, which is called the bed stone. When the two stones are together, the runner stone is going to spin around.
This is the bed stone. It just lies there. As the runner stone spins around, the lines on the two millstones cross. These lines cut the corn into smaller pieces. A wooden box called a hopper sits on top of the millstones, and Jean the miller pours the corn into the hopper.
This is how we get the mill ready to turn on. We use this to raise the top stone up, the runner stone, because it's sitting down on the bed stone like a brake. Next, I pull this down to start the mill. There you go.
Corn falls from the hopper and into this hole. The runner stone spins, grinding the corn. But where does the corn end up? And what could be strong enough to turn these huge stones? To answer those questions, we need to head downstairs.
In the mill's basement. These giant wooden gears are turning the millstone upstairs. As the millstone turns, it grinds the corn. The freshly ground corn ends up here in this sifter.
Fine cornmeal falls through the sifter. The bigger bits end up in this barrel.
Look at all the cornmeal we're making, folks. Old school technology.
So what could be strong enough to turn these giant wooden gears and make that huge millstone upstairs spin around? Let's head outside and find out.
Peirce Mill is next to Rock Creek. Water from Rock Creek turns this giant wooden water wheel. Water power turns the gears inside the mill. The gears turn the millstone upstairs, and the millstone grinds corn into cornmeal. A grist mill can grind a lot of corn. And it's a whole lot faster than grinding corn with a rock. It's even faster than the quern. In 5 minutes, the rock mortar and pestle ground enough cornmeal to make this muffin for a mouse. And we made a squirrel-sized muffin with the quern. So how much cornmeal do you think Peirce Mill can make in 5 minutes? In 5 minutes, Peirce Mill can make more than 25 pounds of cornmeal. That's enough cornmeal to make 200 human-sized corn muffins. Farmers once brought up to 12 wagonfuls of corn to Peirce Mill every day. But one mill couldn't grind all the corn grown here. There were mills all over Washington, including 8 on Rock Creek. Most of the mills in Washington did not survive. In fact, of the 8 mills on Rock Creek, only Peirce Mill is left. Today, Peirce Mill is part of Rock Creek Park, and we hope you'll come visit us soon.